it's lions, bears, and everything in the jungle.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang-up. Wherever there's a hang-up, you'll find the Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
City of St. Louis is not giving you any sleep, bro.
Yes, Eugene. We got Spidey in the building.
My genetics ain't giving me no sleep. But if you tune in to the Her Seasons podcast, you'll hear all about it. But how's everybody doing tonight?
Man,
Yeah,
we good, man. We
good.
was just discussing a couple. We had this pretty young lady on the show, and she gave us some good information about some programs that were going to be going down for Thanksgiving, and she gave us some heads up about a program they was having on Christmas. And I was trying to let everybody know.
Let her
you know,
cook.
You did what I'm saying?
Say, let her
to
cook.
go back and check a couple of them shows out the last couple of weeks ago, that show we had a couple weeks ago, and get that information, man. I'm going to look
Yeah.
it up so we can talk about that. We're going to bring that to the light, too, for the people that need help out there.
For
you know what I'm
Thanksgiving
saying?
and for Christmas.
And thanks to his OG, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's a plug. She's a
Yeah.
plug. She's a nice help. You know, respectful. You know, she did a lot.
Thanks to who's OG?
Spidey's OG.
Spidey's OG.
Spidey's OG.
Spidey's
My
OG.
creator's mama.
His creators.
My
Yeah.
creator's mama.
Okay, we'll put it that way.
Spidey G-Maw, if that's the case.
No
G
doubt.
Spidey, what you mean?
She said that's a Batman family.
And then called him a traitor, but I wasn't mad because you know
I'm created by her son. What can I say?
right.
Hey, what can I say?
That's
But
super
But
funny.
she good though. She good, man. I'm gonna tell you that.
And we're gonna
man.
get the
Shout
name
out
of
to
the
her, man.
resources.
We're gonna shout out to my
Shout
Duke.
out.
I heard you got to meet the homie Mason. Mason speaks like.
I did, yeah.
came
You know
into-
I did. He came to, he came around.
And he had to get correct. He said GT finesse. He meant CT finesse. Shout out to
CT finesse, yeah.
Yeah, CT finesse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shout
Shout
out
out.
to From the Dirt Entertainment, Montego, and homie Dave East and all of them and all the NYC
Shout out to
there
Wink.
that
Shout out
support
to
St.
Wink.
Louis.
Cornell Wink, you dig what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shout out
I'm
Wink.
straight get there with you, brother. Cause I'm gonna have you come over and look at the studio, and I need your brother to come and look at that studio too, man. It's getting close to that time.
He
too.
off every weekend.
Yeah.
He
that's what
shall
I'm
be
talking
asking me,
about.
so when you do he really want it done? I'm
Yes,
like, yeah,
man.
he
I'm
just taking
telling
his
you, I
time,
just
bro.
been taking my time, man, because I got other stuff in the works.
Patience. Right, patience.
That's right.
Busy. You
That's
know,
right.
I'm glad that I had the time. I definitely took the time to write. Now that I got my breath back, I got some information. You know, we like to talk about important things in the world, y'all. It's just in my nature.
No doubt.
So I got about 4 or 5 things that's really important in the world. So they say. That's what the news said on
Check
my
it
little
out.
Google study. But you like this type of stuff, Mr. Kane. You know, let's get into some really important things that's going on in the world.
Okay. Let's do it.
These are really important subjects or topics or concepts that have a major effect on they're currently right now something that's really talked about in the mainstream.
Okay.
No any other way to put it right now. But 2 Muslim right groups are designated as a terrorist organization. The governor of Texas has basically blacklisted 2 Muslim groups.
Okay.
There was no name, but he's blacklisted them and said that they were a terrorist organization.
Okay.
So they're under watch. If anybody knows what that means, when you're under watch, that means you're considered pretty much a threat to national security.
Yeah. Okay.
And you ain't gonna have too much peace in your life.
Do you know the name? You said you don't know the names of the
No,
groups?
they didn't disclose the name.
Are they listing them like they did the Pakistans and stuff when it happened for?
Maybe. That's all. That's just all the information. The source that I got, it got a little deeper, but that's pretty much all that they got. That all that I got from there. That I don't think that if you read the report, it definitely will have more. But for now, I know that they didn't release any names. They just said it was in Texas. The governor of Texas had blacklisted 2 Muslim groups. I don't have an assumption of who those groups could be either. But let's hope that they're not, and everything gets settled, because that's if it's true, it's true. But if it's not true and you're under that kind of pressure, it's hell.
So why did they label them terrorist groups? Were they doing something, or are they not giving them something? Because usually, if they're not doing something, it's because they won't give them something.
I don't know why.
No,
they just said that they blacklisted. They probably won't tell you why.
Donald Trump didn't.
What have they been doing in
everybody.
the media lately, though? They have this thing where when people of certain religious organizations start making good impact movements, or they have knowledge to maybe owning a land, trying to own rights or a company, they'll start trying to mark them as terrorist groups. And like the dude from Africa, they marked him as a world terrorist, and everybody like, how's this dude a world terrorist? And he never leaves the country. But they got him labeled because of him telling other bordering countries in Africa, don't give them your resources. So he's got the power to keep other African countries not to give resources to America. And within him speaking like that, they labeled him a national terrorist.
Well, one man's freedom fighter can be another person's terrorist.
That's right.
So
When
it's
somebody
just
want to take over their
who's doing
country
right.
and their resources, so
Right, and that's why I'm
people gotta
like, what is
stand up
this
for
group
themselves.
doing? That is there some resources that they have, or do they have?
Yeah, it's
Is
resources.
it a family involved? Like, is it the head of a prince or a
Or
princess?
maybe they could have found out that they had a rocket launcher underneath the
You
mosque.
see what I'm
I don't
saying?
know.
Yeah.
Anything, man, because it's crazy, man,
That's
how
right.
other people try to run over other people's land and take their resources because they
Being-
got the
But not
military
only that,
power.
labeling you
And
as
ain't
a
nobody
terrorist is something that is
But
detrimental to
being
your
in
life.
media, they're not gonna release
But
their
that's
source.
the same thing they did to the cartels. You didn't know the cartels had all that stuff hooked up in all these different cities.
But they doing bad
until they
shit
do
though.
it.
I'm saying if these organizations are literally legit people, to even be labeled in the system as a terrorist group is just as bad as a black man getting a felony.
Okay,
It's
there's
detrimental.
more. Yeah,
It is.
there's more.
Come on.
We can't spend that much time talking
On
about
that-
that
on that one topic.
All right, good God. But that's why I did it. It's supposed to make you think like that.
Yeah.
Trump calls to revoke ABC News license over Epstein question.
Epstein
The
files.
Epstein.
A reporter asked Trump about his family's business and Jeffrey Epstein,
Uh-huh.
and he want that gone. He want that.
Now you know why that is though, right?
You don't know why.
We just got the senator in office. I do know why. We
Say
finally.
assumption, because you don't know if that's
Right.
fact. That's your opinion.
Okay, well, it is
It was
fact that
something.
the what was it, 38th senator got
You're
into.
saying why he did something. Don't just say that
Okay,
that's your opinion.
well, let me state my opinion. I figured Trump would want to probably, if he is doing it, remove all questions about Epstein and him, especially with now that we finally got that senator in office that made the other vote, the extra vote that they needed to release the emails and all of the Epstein files when that senator got elected, because it's already
hand
it's
clap, though.
already done. When she got elected, she went with the people who wanted to release the files, and they have released the files. So if I'm accused of dude being my friend and y'all releasing emails, because the emails were released of him having good conversations, but there were also emails released of him and Trump having bad conversations. So when it comes to media and power, depending on who runs ABC, if they like Trump, it wouldn't be those questions asked. You see where I'm going with this?
maybe
Because
not.
in the emails, there are emails between him and Epstein being friends. There are emails of him taking Epstein's private jets. There are also emails of him taking Epstein's jets that were canceled
You're
for
saying
having
that-
kids.
You're saying that he's been doing stuff with him. Okay,
They're
that's fine.
friends. They were
What they're
friends.
saying, okay, I don't know that. I read about it. I see
Right.
it. I don't know. They could have just been hanging out with each other because they got material objects and not been friends. I don't know.
Exactly.
That's like you see where I'm going with this. Now all I'm reporting is a reporter asked Trump about his family's business,
Right.
Right.
and he got mad it said obviously he is mad. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Spidey can't take a side. Spidey has to do what's right. All right. Yeah. So,
but see, that's what Trump is doing. He's doing what's right, because if you're releasing all of this man's information, where he was, where he partied, what he doing, I don't want you speaking on me and him. If I'm president, had he not been president, he probably wouldn't care. But now that he's president, you still have to move in politics. So, political wise, tell ABC stop speaking on my family and Epstein now that y'all releasing these files, because it wasn't done until that senator got into office and voted, hey, release these files so we can see what y'all was talking about. Now that they done released the files, here come the president. ABC, stop talking on me and my family.
You just gave me an idea. When this goes, that just means 30 seconds left. Yeah. 15. Yeah. Today, after this, I wanted to talk about this and the benefits of sports, and I did a little bit of studying in the history of sports, and I think y'all gonna enjoy it. So,
clap.
Come on now,
No doubt.
11 killed in Israeli strikes on Palestine refugees camp in Lebanon. All right.
Right.
U.S. House votes to open Epstein files after Trump. After Trump, it's something I forgot. I can't read. I forgot what I wrote. After Trump, after Trump leaves office, they voting to open the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're just waiting until he leaves.
It's already done. She got in office. That last senator that they needed, because they couldn't open the files because they didn't have enough votes. You have to vote on situations like that. Now she just got in office. Voting was just last week. She's in office. That's done. That's done.
This is from today. They got his face on there. This is a vote.
No, she's in office. She's in office.
Who is she?
I think her name is like Jasmine Crockett or something like that. She's in office. She's a senator. She's a black woman, and she's getting a lot of noise because of how she's standing in Senate. Mm-hmm. Her name is Jasmine Crockett, if I'm not mistaken. Her name is because the emails are already being released between him and Epstein. They're finding out what planes he flew on. They finding out how deep of a relationship this man really had. The same way they did with what's that woman that was running for president, Hillary Clinton. Mm-hmm. Remember, they couldn't release her emails, so the House Senate voted on it. Mm-hmm. They voted on it. So now the emails are released.
Yeah, they supposed to be released, but it was also a lady that he was associated with, that broad. She got time in jail. The girl.
The one that they were trying to sue for the discrimination scandal? Is that who you talking about?
I'm talking about the one that was helping Epstein. Epstein had this little...
Right, she getting special treatment. They moved her out of prison.
I know who you're
they moved that lady out of jail, bro.
Yep.
It's about to hit the fan with these files.
Next subject.
Hey, that gavel is gaveling, G.
Hey, but we've been waiting for them files for how long? How long Epstein been dead?
It's been, 6 years? About 5-6 years, right?
Man.
I really feel... Hey, now I know how Cousin Pete felt when they was doing all this stuff. He thought he had Iron Man figured out. Tony Stark was on it, wasn't he?
Own it.
Okay. The widow to the Saudi Arabian prince... got mad at the person that Khashoggi, widow the Saudi Arabian prince that got executed or got killed. She got angry about a comment that was made about him dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And she said that, can you bring him back? Mm-hmm. Pretty much, she got mad about the comment, but her response to the comment, it was an insult to him, or it was something like they were sorry for it, or they were going to reward her with something, and she's like, no, I want my husband back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I could be wrong about that, but this is what the little short, these are like little links that when I Google it, they come up, and I bring them up on the show so we can think about it and talk about it. Right. So that's merely what it is, y'all. You know.
Okay, no doubt. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
We got one more though.
Wake somebody up today. We don't know who it's for today. We gonna wake somebody up.
It could be me. 50-year-old. Was this 50-year-old woman saved $21,500? She avoided a $21,000 facelift
Okay.
Using this skincare serum. Her name is Margaret Wilson.
Shout out to Margaret.
What she look like?
Hey,
Hey, bro, I'm
hey,
not finna talk about no
if
cream
Margaret-
and I don't see the before and after.
See, I don't know them.
I need to see the before and afters.
Hey.
Because just because it costs that much, this bitch could just be glowing a little bit extra or something. I
don't know, boy.
I need to see.
She gotta be rich to keep affording to spend it. Just
How
to
much
keep
was it
going
again?
Down.
She saved over $21,000.
$21,000.
She spent over $21,000.
She avoided spending that.
She avoided spending that.
For a skin
From
cream?
using this. Okay. She was gonna get a facelift.
Okay.
That was gonna cost her over $21,000.
Okay.
Instead, she ended up getting this skincare serum.
Okay,
And that saved her all that
How much
money.
is it less than the facelift was gonna catch?
It had to be.
Yes.
How
It
much
had to
was
be
the
a
facelift
bargain.
she paid for?
I just said the facelift was gonna be over $21,000.
Over $21,000.
Oh,
And the skin serum
and
that
it's how much?
I don't know.
We don't
It
know
was
what
probably
that
like
is, sir.
$50, but she didn't spend $21,000.
Right. She
So
did.
congratulations, she spent 50
She got the
bucks
cheap.
and saved
she
her
got
face.
The cheap, yeah, she got the cheapest way out.
Do she look cheap?
Her skin- I saw a picture.
Look, they said, do she look cheap? Do she look cheap?
Her picture looked good. Her skin looked good.
You see what I'm saying?
She
I
didn't look
gotta
bad.
see.
Because if y'all remember Catwoman, you dig what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what they threw in my mind.
Yeah, it did in mine too. With
'Cause
with
you know-
Halle Berry.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
skin
and then
cream stuff,
you know,
you gotta
what was
keep
what
using
was,
it.
Sharon,
Yep.
the girl named Sharon, the white actress that played the lady with
her-
the
she was
skin curve.
Man, you had to
Oh,
keep using
man.
it, or your face was gonna crack up.
Yeah, gonna
bruh.
crack up once
Or you
stop
was
using
dying.
it.
One of the two. 'cause-
DC, Catwoman.
No,
Yeah.
Halle Berry's cat. Well, yeah.
Well, you know,
but it's Halle
Sharon
Berry.
Stone. Sharon Stone played as the lady that owned that cream.
Yeah, and Halle Berry was Catwoman.
And once you use that cream, you had to keep using it.
Or it's gonna make you sick. And her friend worked at the company. Halle Berry was Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Her homegirl worked for the company, and she couldn't figure out why her homegirl was getting sick, right?
Yeah.
So one day she snuck in as Catwoman because it was like a goddess thing. The cats ordained her,
Mm-hmm.
and she found out that old girl was jacked up, and the skin cream was killing people.
Yep.
And they told them take it off the shelf, but she was like the face of the skin cream, and she was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not taking it off the shelf, and she was like using the product too, but she looked
I
young.
remember her dying and the cats bringing her back in a sense.
Yeah,
in a
she
sense,
yeah,
yeah.
because they killed her. The people at the skin place
Yeah,
killed her.
killed her.
They caught her in their spine, pushed her through like this storm drain, and the cats did come and save her.
Cats came and saved her.
Yeah, it was about Halle Berry, Catwoman. It's a good movie, y'all. It's a real good movie. Yeah, it's a real good movie.
So I got something that's gonna get y'all. Now I ain't gonna be able to go through it all. There was a few sources I was looking at, but there was one from Elmhurst History Museum, and it's like the beginning of more than just a game, the birth of organized sports in America. Because I was like, I want to look at the history of sports. You know, we thinking gladiators, arenas, and stuff like that.
Okay.
But then this man actually gave me a good concept. He said organized. When it started getting organized, because for real, sports and games been around for as long as civilization.
Right.
They got some old games from Egypt. It's called Dogs and Jackals. That stuff is old. It's an old game. It was in a museum I took my kids to
Dogs
see.
and Jackals, that sounds interesting. And I would say, in my opinion, we would play the games and the sports, one, to see who's better, probably a way to figure out who's going to get what, or
For your freedom.
we're bored.
For your freedom. Because the Olympiacs, being a gladiator was not a good thing. I know y'all see the movie Gladiator, and y'all, you know, you love, what's his name, Jack, whatever. It ain't like that, y'all. They were slaves fighting for their life.
Yeah,
If you
they
lost
was.
the gladiators, you lost your life.
Yeah, that was back in the Roman days.
Yes,
the Roman Colosseum.
they would kill. They
man.
would kill the gladiator if he did not win, because it was all kind of kings and lords that had bids on their strongest warrior. So if their strongest warrior failed before the throne, which was so called the heavens, they would kill them. You didn't represent me. I'm killing you.
Been around since the beginning. And this dude been around as long as civilization. This dude's name is Dave Oberg. Right? I see the emergence of organized sports, 19th century it was an agricultural term, right? And he's saying it was like industrialization. People were living closer together. We had the steamboat, so we could travel. We had the printer, so
railroad.
everything was working together. You could leave Detroit and go to Philly and play whatever sport, right? And it started. Okay. There's this movie called 18 Again. And there's this dude named George Burns who somehow he's really old and he has a nephew that's 18, and something happens and they end up switching bodies.
It's like Freaky Friday.
I ain't seen Freaky Friday, but this is older than Freaky Friday, I'm very sure. So they end up switching bodies, and the 18-year-old has the 100-year-old in him, and the 100-year-old has the 18-year-old in him. So the 100-year-old gets to be 18 again. It's the movie's 18 again. But remember the sports he was playing with the fraternities? It's a thing called rowing. Okay. When they're like on this boat. And
and they like, they
doing that. And that's the only thing I can think of. I'm like, and the common pattern is this. It's usually upper class white men that came from really wealthy families that's playing these games, right? So this is like 1848 rowing, Amherst crew in the 1870s, you know. And one thing I also noticed that early organized sports in America was pretty much centralized from New York. That's my observation. A lot of it was in New York, but America was really competing with Great Britain. Anything they did, we had to do better.
Okay. No doubt.
All right. So this brings us to the shoe we was talking about. I'm trying to maintain that point. We can piggyback off of that and get into
letting black people into sports.
No, that's hella
far away.
Yeah. So we finna talk about what like horse jockey, right? The gladiator stadiums, and then this was called the king sport because they had horses, but this was a very expensive sport. So only like the really rich could do it.
And fencing. It was what you said. What was it? Polo and fencing, right?
I said rowing.
Rowing is this. The horse thing you're talking about is what?
I'm talking about horse racing.
Yeah. Horse racing.
Yes.
It's not called polo?
No.
It's just regular horse racing.
Yeah, you know, like carriages. You know, like
I'm learning because I'm trying to follow the history of the sport. Because I'm thinking about sports and horses is polo and sports. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm like.
But this was just regular horse racing.
Regular horse racing.
And
Okay.
the carriages going around in a circle and shit. Some of them had blades on them.
Okay. Okay. You still on the gladiators?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
That was just my bad. So no. What I'm saying is, it's like royalty, gladiators.
Right.
Things was changing, but it was still like people who had money could afford to play a lot of these sports.
Right.
If you were poor, you were probably the pawn in the game.
Yeah.
Right? You were probably the racquetball. You were probably the hunted. But whatever it is, you wasn't like the even like the really rich people would have a jockey ride the horse, and the horse would even have a job in the day, and so would the jockey. So you be doing it for the entertainment of the wealthy.
Right.
And they call it a king sport.
Right.
It was expensive, but the benefit we got from that, we started to get the common uniform. People started to wear like a uniform. Before then, they were just going and wearing whatever.
Wearing their swords and shields with the crest of their lord on there.
Yeah.
Because they were slaves, basically.
I mean, I don't know if the jockeys were slaves. I don't know. But if you want to say that, or maybe they was just working for
Wait, because see, now you're saying jockey. This is why my mind is getting stuck on the time frame. Because gladiator and jockey.
I'm just saying there was royalty.
Right.
They had races.
Okay, I'm just saying not much. It was just
chariot races.
Royalty.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It was royalty. Rich people enjoyed sports.
Yes. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
That's all we saying.
Yes.
Picture this, chariot racing.
Right.
Not the gladiator, the jockey. Just like the gladiator was used.
I got jockey.
Was basically like you were used for the entertainment of the rich people.
Right.
The jockey could be used for the entertainment of the wealthy.
This is the king's jockey.
Yeah, the jockey, instead of the sword, you had the horse, and you was riding the horse. You was entertaining them, and they would be racing.
Right.
Now that had a lot of gambling involved as well, but there's a guy, what I say, it's Old Smokey Marissi, and he was in the boxing. Boxing had a lot of gambling. Boxing had a lot of violence in it. So a dude named John Douglas, the ninth Marquis of Greensburg,
Mm-hmm.
they
He set the rules.
the manly art of self-defense. And the guy named Lucas Howard Fox, he was a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced weight classes, rounds, and title
Right.
fights and ideas and such like that.
In
Exactly.
boxing.
So that brought us to,
Kingsbury rules or some shit like that.
because it was like
They were-
anybody would go in there and just bare knuckle fight anybody beforehand. And
Like
I-
IP Man and shit when they just
Yeah.
fight anybody.
and it was good for blood.
Yeah, I watched
Wasn't
IP
organized
Man.
till they organized it.
But it wasn't profitable. The organization brought forth profit. So if it was making dollars, we can make more sense. If we make more sense, we'll make more dollars.
Exactly, no doubt, baby.
And I thought it was just
Yeah,
so
no
we
doubt.
got baseball in 1845. A man named Abner Doubleday did not make baseball. When I was going through this, I didn't really look up who he was, but they said that is a myth. He did not. It was formed in 1842 by
Negro Leagues, wasn't it?
AJC. The man's name, I forget. I got his initials, but he started the New York Knickerbockers.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's a black dude, wasn't he?
this guy they say was white.
A white dude.
But that's what they say. You know, that's just what they saying. But it was way different. They had like a
because you know the
throne.
Negroes had their own leagues back then and there. You
Yeah,
know
but
what
this
I'm
was
saying?
1842.
Mm-hmm.
They will have their league. They will be
Back
playing
in-
baseball. But this is like however
Before
that sport, yeah.
Before it started, okay.
Yeah, because baseball and football was like that. Football ain't had no black people for a long
brothers
time
had
either.
their own leagues, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling
it
you.
was.
It was like I mean, this is the thing. We play blacks will play sports, you know, they get into sports.
Mhm.
But we was kind of I want to say like I don't think it was as important to us in the beginning. We just when we get involved, we started dominating. And then at the same time, I didn't want to go that far. These guys, it was a social class thing. So if you wasn't in our social class, you couldn't be playing sports with us.
Right.
You know, so if they didn't have any knowledge of that, what the baseball game was, I don't think they were really caring about doing it.
But like you just said, it wasn't until the numbers guys and the loan sharks and stuff start getting involved where they start putting black people in. Because like you said, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Once they start seeing the profit of what they can do.
Y'all, we'll get there. We'll get there. This the whole.
Exactly.
We'll get there, y'all. I'm trying to go down the timeline, okay? All right, so
Yeah.
he had a written set of rules for baseball that we still have today.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, also we had there was a guy named what's his name? Henry Wright. His name is Henry Wright, and he was pretty much like the first manager. And he started the Cincinnati Red Stockings. I think they were the Red
I
Stockings.
don't know
then.
nothing.
And they were the first team to wear cleats. Like they
Okay.
had really the whole team would start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole team was dressing like that, and they actually would travel from Cincinnati to California to play, and he was paying them like $1,000 a week to play.
Wow.
So he was really the first manager because, like, he would hire people to play baseball against each other, and people would come and watch the games.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have the game, and then he would have a place for you to come see the game, and he would charge you to come see the game. So he was making his money back. He's the only way I could think he was like a hustler, easy E type, you know.
He
was
was
an
setting up
entrepreneur.
bases. He's setting
Yeah.
up bases. Like he's setting up stadiums for
Setting
people
up
to
stadiums.
come see people play. That's how they end up getting different cities and different teams. You know what I'm saying? Because he's setting them up. He's setting up the stadiums and he's setting up the teams. You know, he set up the whole league. So, you know, once he had that league set up.
Yeah, he really was like the first manager. He actually brought
The
forth
first manager
like the
and-
management state of mind.
Yeah.
But now we finally finna get to the reason why when y'all mentioning black people playing this and that is because this is like before the Civil War. So I don't think
Okay.
he was really thinking about playing with them. I don't know, maybe he was, but
Nah, before the Civil War, no.
they was playing baseball in the Civil War. They was playing some form of baseball in the Civil War, right? And when the soldiers marched home after the Civil War, the baseball became America's pastime.
Okay.
The Civil War made baseball America's like game. because that's what the soldiers like to play during the Civil War.
Like apple pie, huh?
Now,
Like that apple pie.
like that. Well, you making me think of life. All right, so we got 1871. I got Albert Goodwill Spalding.
Okay.
Chicago White Stockings became the Cubs. That's what he used to play for. Spalding played for Boston. After an injury, he began to make
Baseball gloves.
he's
baseball.
the one that made the baseball gloves and all that. So,
Okay.
and I think he made
History, I don't know. Yeah.
It was all, but I was like, they gonna like this because it's gonna shed some light.
Yeah.
And you start being like, oh, okay. And this was 1871. So now you feeling me?
Yeah.
Now we link. Your questions are fair. You're definitely fair, right? Okay. So then there was a guy named Henry Chadwick, right?
Mr. Chadwick.
And he designed the first composite box car. And he would gather data. He was like the one that introduced the metrics. He used statistics and metrics, sabermetrics. He established sabermetrics.
Okay.
He would take the data every time the players would hit, every time the players would swing, he would go and collect all of that, and he would write how many times they did it.
Okay.
So he actually reduced the game to statistical analysis.
Right. So he the one like made up the card that
He's why we can have baseball cards.
Yeah, but for us, keeping up with the game and the statistics of each player. Yeah, exactly.
He's how you can talk that talk.
Yeah.
He's how you can shoot them dice.
Right.
Without the numbers, you can't really do too much but talk and argue and
There
drink.
you go.
In my opinion, the game started getting boring, and they had to figure out a way to make them marketable, just like they do with TV shows.
Exactly.
Like your show too long, you got to make it shorter.
Exactly.
People's attention spans are they
Right.
getting bored, they drinking, they
That's
tearing
right.
up the stadium, they gambling, they getting drunk off that ale, going home and beating up.
And we
this pack.
already know that because that's what made TikTok a real success because people like to look at them shorts. They don't like it. You dig what I'm saying? Their attention span ain't gonna stand, and they like always when you don't never know what you're gonna get. You go, oh man, that's cool. You never know. But see, it's the thing about who's trying to target these kids when it come to that though. So you have to be careful about that. Be good parents out there.
On TikTok. That's where La Boo
Them
started.
good parents, yes.
Was on TikTok.
Gotta watch the kids. Gotta watch the kiddies.
Cause y'all, we got some more. After this gentleman, okay. 1903 Major League World Series. That was the first Major League World Series.
Okay.
Around that time, we started actually having leagues. Like the American League.
And the Negro League.
Because they went through it. There were some people that was like, we ain't playing baseball on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some owners that was like, we'll play baseball on Sunday over here and we'll sell beer.
Right.
And we'll let them play longer. There was even, this is something that I'm starting to remember, they didn't really have innings when they had the Knickerbockers with that one dude, AJC. They had like 21 runs or 22 runs.
Right.
So my thing is that the game was probably a lot harder on you physically the way they used to play it.
Right.
Because they were just, no offense, they were just how they were back then.
Yeah,
All right?
exactly. During that time frame.
After the Gentleman, I gotta prove I'm better and stronger. After the Gentleman Act, Negroes could play in white leagues. Women also had league. Check out that movie League of Their Own.
Yeah.
All right, that was really
with Rosie
good
O'Donnell.
Women were playing
Madonna,
baseball.
Rosie O'Donnell,
Yeah.
Gina Davis. I had a crush on
Madonna.
her.
Yeah.
Rosanna, what's her name? It was her friend. Yeah, we can't. Rosanna Arquette.
Yeah.
Arquette.
Madonna.
Tom Hanks.
A league of their
Tom
own.
Hanks,
Yep.
yeah.
Tom Hanks. Yeah.
It was a really good movie, and it's
The
true.
redhead, the tall redhead.
They said that these females was even beating the men. They was getting paid for it. And they
Put on shows, exhibition shows. Yeah.
they was even beating the men.
They was doing anything to get that money back then to fill them stadiums up. They had to. You got to make your money from the concessions, and back then, people. It was when them games meant something. It was just like the wrestling.
It was the only
people get out the
entertainment,
house.
though,
It was
for real.
entertainment for people to get out the house.
Yeah.
Go
really
get them a
getting-
ticket.
Because you got to
Yeah.
think baseball was around when it was just radio. They weren't even on TV. They was on the
Yeah.
radio, though.
Yeah, it was on
And the
radio.
parents, you used to sit,
Because
granddaddy and them say,
couldn't-
sit, turn
you
on the
couldn't-
baseball
the different
game.
cities, you couldn't. It wasn't no TV broadcasting.
American
Yeah, it was radio broadcast.
It was radio
For all of
broadcast.
it.
Yeah,
for
for
real.
all the
Yeah.
baseball games.
Cause
Yeah.
those movies, 50s and 60s, tweet, do,
Yeah.
and you see all of them standing on each other's back. Is he finna hit it out the
Yeah.
field? Oh,
Mhm.
and they was getting excited. Movies like The Sandlot, stuff like that. That was
Okay.
real.
No
That
doubt.
was real. That excitement was real.
Mhm.
You know. So shouts out to that's true. That is true. I can feel that for real sense of American pastime, and that's just what it is.
Mhm. Exactly.
They got Jackie Robinson. Broke all of that. He broke through.
Broke
When
the
he
barriers.
When he first
Shout
played,
out Jay.
He really did. He was the one that really ended the gentleman act because people loved how he played baseball. All right, but he still had a struggle. He
Yeah.
still went through it.
Yeah, he
I'm
went through
seeing-
it. Racism and all that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And with the St. Louis Cardinal at that, wasn't it? Wasn't it one of the coaches from the St. Louis Cardinals? He got into it with him.
Probably
It's
did.
in the movie. I'm gonna have to check that movie out.
Mhm.
But I'm seeing Versailles College, Resolute 1876, Bloomer teams paid women baseball teams from the 1890s to 1930s.
Mhm.
And then I cut off here at 1850s and 60s. Yes, I gotta mention football. I'm gonna say this that
Mhm.
in the beginning of football, bruh, it was ruthless. The first football, you was soft if you wore a helmet. And the person had to hit, before a person would get put out the game, they had to hit you you had to prove they hit you a good 3 times.
Wow.
So it was very brutal.
Times.
All right. They did come up with the NFL. When they came up with the NFL because they seen it was colleges.
Okay.
College ball, it was raising the morale at college.
Right.
And then the college football actually was the first to have like the actual living animal mascot. And once they seen the athletes and how much attention they could bring to the universities, the universities started thinking about eligibility for scholarships.
Mhm.
And that would help those small Midwest towns boom.
Right. Exactly.
Gotta go to college, Rudy. Gotta go to
doubt.
college.
That's how it was.
And then everybody was going to go to college, try to get on that D1 pool and all, try to be the
Damn
best.
right.
And that was the beginning
Them
of the
scholarships and shit.
That was the
Yeah.
beginning of the
Gold
Michael Vick.
digger. The beginning of the
Boy,
gold
yeah,
digger.
Scott.
Oh, well, damn.
All right, so then of course they said you can't talk about sports without I'm going off of what I can remember. They talked about the bicycle, like the craze of the bicycle. They also talked about the craze of the sports vehicle, like cars. And I'll finish the rest of that next Tuesday. But I want to get into the benefits of playing organized sports. Okay, y'all can give me feedback. We got 20 minutes left, so we can. I think y'all gonna like this.
Okay.
The benefits of playing organized sports can be physical, mental, social, and emotional. There's a lot of benefits, right? So as far as the physical, I put abs, fit. This is before I actually started
The
looking
workout.
at what they had.
Yeah.
You
Keep
want
your
that
strength. You want
Come
that
on,
body.
bro. Right. Just keep it 100. Everybody want to go take out that shirt and be like,
Yeah, daggone right.
Be like,
Want big arms. Want them big old
know.
tree trunk
with the
arms.
washboard abs.
Yeah.
You know, that's just. And then
Yeah.
mental, I put focus, determination. Academic helps motivate. It helps motivate the students to keep the grades up if they have a mandate.
Right.
Social conversation, debate. Because we always like to talk about how like Jordan and the Bulls and Phil Jackson was like the best NBA team ever.
Yeah,
know,
when they linked up with that triangle defense, exactly.
You know, and some people might say, nah, it was the Utah Jazz and Karl Malone and all this.
Hell
But
no. MJ was the king. Scottie Pittman, Dennis Rodman.
Good. Some people gonna be like Kobe. Some people gonna be like,
It depends on the generation you ask.
Yeah.
but
the
you see what we
generation.
doing now, y'all? It's finna start something right now.
It depends on the generation you
depends on
ask.
the
Because somebody
generation.
will say LeBron very quickly.
It's
a lot of
somebody
LeBron
that don't
fans.
even know. And that's the
And
whole
then-
thing about these youngins. They don't respect who come before
Now,
them.
let me tell you this.
You gotta respect who come for
Now,
you. And
I seen a
anything you do out here.
podcast where it was a YN
Mm-hmm.
and a OG talking about Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was like Michael Jordan based off him being the OG in the basketball game.
Right.
But then when I heard the right end's perspective, I was like, well, dang, isn't that what we want? Because when they start putting up numbers on the rings and the collections, and because I'm not a sports girl. I don't know how many rings Jordan got. And all that. And LeBron, they were going off of free throws, shooting, and stuff. They was like, for the age LeBron is in, he kind of like beat Jordan because he did more at the age that he is. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard to see them debate on who the best was, because for this OG, he is like the numbers and stuff he is doing what nobody doing in that era. You know what I'm saying? But for this dude, he like, forget this old dude. LeBron is now that dude. Because he
LeBron
doing.
finna get ready to retire.
Now. But when LeBron came out,
First came in,
when
yeah.
LeBron came out, they was this they Michael Jordan. So it
Yeah.
depends on the era. You can't basically sit up there and be like, this the best, when somebody younger is like, nah, this the best now. You either understand. That's
It
just
always, whatever goes out, always come back in. You remember that. It's gonna always recycle. Something goes out of style, it's gonna come in right back in style along the line. History just repeats itself with everything that goes on. So when it comes to that, you know what I'm saying? It's who, like Toby, whoever practiced hard enough to be the number one dude, who put in work to be number one, who got them championships and who got them stats. You see what I'm saying? So, everybody gets stats. It depends on how long you play, whatever sports you play.
So the stats that the boy gave is not better than Jordan's.
We gotta move on now, because I see it. Hey, we just all love, but this is why we here. This is that type of podcast. Okay, so we got physical improvement, fitness. I'm gonna expand on this. Disease prevention, healthy weight, reduces obesity. Reduces your chances. It helps with type 2 diabetes, strokes, heart disease.
Right. Exactly.
And
Gotta
certain
work
types of
out.
Cancer. Healthy habits. Athletes can develop a better awareness of nutrition and importance of adequate sleep, fostering healthy habits that go into adulthood.
Right.
That means they can be long lasting.
Yeah, you
Being
taking care of
positive.
your body, staying focused. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it.
Not indulging in the alcohol, drugs, and anything that's gonna bring you down to change your aura. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be like that, man. No doubt. Shit, shot, man. Come on, man. That's how it goes. You have to clear that because when you're an athlete, they don't know. Not only do they judge you on what you do on that court or that field or anything, you get off court is what you did. I'm saying that you don't draw no heat to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Cause
Kobe Bryant too.
Hey.
What you mean? Kobe too? Cause that
I'm
and
talking about what they look at.
yeah, Kobe and Vic.
Just because I
Yeah.
didn't say his name, don't mean I'm not aware of the man's struggle.
man,
okay?
that's what I'm saying. But
There's
see,
so many to name.
Kobe, they saying that Kobe had Black Mamba. And somebody was using Black Mamba, and so Kobe was trying to take him to court to get that money from using my logo.
Enough with. I know where she going. Don't spin that web.
I ain't know
spin
nothing
that
about that.
I
That's
know
new
what
to
he
me.
finna say.
What's Black Mamba?
That's
The
Kobe.
shoes.
That's Kobe stuff. The Black Mamba.
So he was in the middle of trying to sue when the allegations came out.
Yeah, when he got killed.
I knew that. See, I knew that's where. Okay, we gonna move along.
Let's go. Let's move along.
Mental and emotional participation links with lower stress and anxiety, helps ease depression, helps maintain stress.
Mm-hmm.
Physical activity releases endorphins, and I got example of Danny.
Right.
It also helps release other chemicals that improve mood and overall well-being. All right, when I got example of Danny,
Mm-hmm.
my creator is in his 40s, y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's been doing martial arts for the most all his life, since he was about 4 years old. And he has distinct memories of when he was attaining his black belt. and it would be the end of class. And he said when he would move up in rank, his mind would be different. But there would be classes where he would feel like he had just got through cloud 9. So pretty much it was just the endorphins. And there was a particular class that he had with his senior instructor, David O'Danny, straight from the hill, straight from the south side, St. Louis. And the old man said, "Woo, I'm high. I feel like I've been smoking something." Because he felt so good from doing that workout. And at this time, that old man was 60. Titanium in his leg, but he
I
still
want my
felt
mind to
good.
be like that, to be getting high off of working out. Because right now I just be hurt.
Sore. You just gotta get used to it.
I be hurt, ready to vomit.
You just gotta get used to it.
Because I'm scared of this weight I'm gaining. Like, Lord. Trying to catch it early.
We got social and life skill benefits. Teamwork and social skills. Teamwork and social skills teaches cooperation, communication, empathy, and respect for others and authority figures. Coaches, referees are the example. Just like,
And rules.
people of men about his age kind of nostalgic to my grandfather, because when they talk about sports, and when he talked about sports, there was I remember when Shaquille O'Neal was a rookie, and he had gotten into a fight on the court, and I think he slapped this other player. And he said he needs to calm his temper. He has to think about his team. You got to think about your team. You know, you can't be out there on the court. You got to think different. You're an athlete. But that was the nostalgic to what Ulysses was saying. All right.
And he was part of that frat, because my dad part of the same fraternity.
Okay.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal's Omega Psi Phi.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's a Q dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say he a cute.
Yeah.
Okay, he cute. Leadership development. Learn from competition, peers, and role models. Provides opportunities to take leadership roles. You know, in those movies where like he hurt, you gotta stay. You know, the hero of the story. Maybe the lead quarterback is hurt, so somebody got to step up and catch the ball and score the winning touchdown. Yeah. So that's an example of that. And it also gives them a sense of belonging.
A brotherhood.
Yeah.
Team.
Those were, and I wanted to use I wanted to use the gang example. One thing I noticed about like a lot of the guys from New York, especially like I like that rapper Max the Demon. And he's from a set, you know, babies, they Crips or whatnot. But I know that a lot of them have grew up together and played football together. And that reminds me of my nephews and them, you know, rest in peace Streets, 30 Deep. You know, a lot of them may not like them or like they kind, but those boys were like family because they played football at Matthew Dickey's together. Some of them played football together at Herbert Hoover. So they felt like brothers through that game. It's just like with the rappers D-Block and them. These are guys that grew up with, that they played these sports with. So they have, before the street bonds, they already have these for real. We grew up together, got embarrassed together, got knocked on our butt together. I seen you catch cramps, you know, and get you doing the two-a-days. I seen you catch a cramp and cry like a baby. You my boy.
We all cried.
So
I was athletic when I was younger. I was in cheerleading and drill team for the Lord. That was some hard work, bro.
I'm back, y'all.
We got social skills and life skill benefits, teamwork and social skills. Teamwork and social skills, I wrote that twice. Teaches cooperation, communication, empathy, and respects for others and authority figures. Example, coaches and referees.
Right.
Leadership development. Learn from competition and peers and competitors, competition and role models. And provides opportunities to take leadership roles. And it gives those a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Organized sports creates a supportive social networking, fostering strong fellowships and in and outside of the community, and especially in school. Exactly. We was just talking about that. I used the gang example.
Man, shit.
I used the some of the Crips I'm familiar with in New York that have played football together, and I was like, true enough, they got this street bond, and not just there, but in Texas and even in Cali when it first started out. See, those boys that grew up together, played football together, played basketball together.
Every day.
They had seen each other catch those cramps. You know, when you train and you see the weakest part of your homeboy, because sometimes they they cry from them cramps. Them
Right.
cramps hurt. Sometimes they can't keep going. You may not see Shaq or some of them shed tears all the time, but I'm pretty sure, you know, there's been a loss, there's been some agony, and somebody from that team, especially with somebody like Shaq and he a black belt, somebody done been there for him. And you know, sports, it can do that. It has that power. So that's a good example, and I wanted to read that to you because I think you deserve that passage for what you were saying, because you got kind of deep with it earlier, and I understood that there's that positive bond that's strong.
Right.
And it was physical. They didn't have to go and drill on nobody, but God forbid that they do. But that's why they go and they slide for their brother, because they have all that love for that person that you took away from them. That's what would motivate them to go and do that. Not saying that you should do that, but I'm just saying that's where that bond comes from.
Yep. Not getting that kind of love they want at home and finding it in the streets.
The sense of belonging that they find with their team.
Right.
Coach Carter. Okay. Academic career benefits as well. Student athletes usually have higher grade point averages, better attendance, improved concentration and problem solving skills. Yeah! Due partly to the essential balance of responsibilities and meeting academic eligibility requirements. I said that in the beginning. Strong work ethic and discipline. Structure and goal setting in sports translates well to cultivating strong ethic and academic self-discipline and professional career. All right? I got future success. Former students who play sports are more likely to go to college, graduate, and often earn higher incomes in their careers compared to their non-athletic compared to the non-athletic students.
Right.
So they
I don't know about all that. I know a lot of people that became magna cum laude and they were not in sports. So I don't know. Where's these statistics based off of? What year?
What year?
Yeah.
2025.
Because how many are magna cum laude?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's what I want to see the statistics on.
I mean, you can be real high and get there for academic, but they're saying more. I would say.
But that's what magna cum laude is when you get
Right.
out
yeah, I
A's.
get you, but you don't have to have that high GPA to get a scholarship. They're
No.
just saying that the students usually do. They're probably okay. All of those students that are there probably don't have to play no sport. With all the students that do got a scholarship, they probably got a scholarship because
They're
of the
playing the
sport.
sport. Okay. Okay.
That was, so if
So
they
most
do,
of the scholarships from schools and enrollment of students are because of academics,
Yeah.
it
basically.
helps.
I mean from
it
sports
reinforces them wanting to go to school.
to good
They have a reason.
and picking up in something else, because I know you got to have a minor too. You know, when you
Because
go
if they
to,
don't play a sport, then they
Yeah.
don't have that sense of belonging. Then they don't want to go to school. They like, what the hell I'm gonna go to school for? I don't play no football.
right.
So you know what I'm saying. So
You
The
can go
discipline
and be a
then
bench
having a
warmer
coach.
though, and still have a. Some people I know just went to play the sport, was a bench warmer, and was cool because they still got to go to college and to pursue their
Yes,
real
but
dream.
You have somebody in your life that's a coach. A person that grow up with a coach in their life is like, it's somewhere between their grandpa or their uncle, their brother, or somebody. You feel me? Because the coach, he builds you up. He build up your character. He teaches you how to be a man. You know, it all is surrounded by who teaching you when you out there. The coach is one of the people, and we might have to bring this topic up too, because the coach is what molds you into being the type of person that you is on and off the field, if you got a good coach.
if you got it right,
Yeah, because a lot of coaches encourage their college students to pursue what it is they love too.
Exactly.
Good ones.
They be like, you don't
Exactly.
have to play NFL. You can go ahead and do X, Y, Z. That's a good coach.
That's a good
Knowing
coach.
that
If you-
he's
if you got
good,
that coach.
but he was better at his dream, and you was like, nah, the NFL's not for you, because you can see that they might get swamped in that, and actually letting them pursue their doctor career, their music career, and they become better. You are an excellent coach. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have took full credit for the next NBA All-Star. I mean, NFL All-Star. You know what I mean?
I like
but
how you
instead,
said that,
you
Swamp.
was being a conscious coach, a real coach. You know? A life coach, not just a football coach, but a life coach.
Yeah.
You
y'all
know?
got any shout outs? We got 4 minutes left.
Shout outs to the peace of the world. How about that? Let's shout that out. Peace of the world.
shout out to everybody out there. You dig what I'm saying? Who that? My moms, my kids, everybody that I love, basically, because I keep everybody in my prayers. So I just want to salute everybody, man. Thanks for y'all tapping in, man. Y'all gonna check out the show when I post it, man. Y'all, I salute everybody that's been checking us out and been rocking with us, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
I appreciate y'all. We probably gonna have to start doing that more often. Y'all starting up the show for me, because I gotta hit the streets again.
No doubt.